Welcome back to episode 3 of the NeoTaalks show, where it's not really a show, but I'm going to talk about whatever comes to my mind. Before this episode, a lot has happened. I beat the Ender Dragon, and for those of you, oh my god, for those of you keeping track at home for how many times I've died, I'm sitting at a clean, I think it's 10 deaths. And I'll go into the backstory of how I died, just for a little context, because I didn't record it all. 2 of the deaths were from the Wither, and that's how I got this thing. I didn't mind sacrificing my life for this. 2 of my deaths were from the Nether, and that was a pretty tragic incident where I lost pretty much everything, but I was able to come back, and I'm no longer poor. I was poor for a while, but look at me now. And then the other 2 deaths, creepers. Yeah, creepers are quite brutal. Anyways, now that I've been on Lunar Client for a while, I've realized that you can host your world, even though it's single player. My good friend Mubes, he's helped me cultivate my land and get quite a bit done, and my girlfriend, and she's been very useful. Look at all this organization. I've basically used her as an unpaid intern to do all my dirty work. And she also built this farm over here. I should take a screenshot next to this. Here's a hard screenshot. Alright. Anyways, today's topic is not going to be as heavy with the drama. I know some of you people are drama frogs, but I'm going to talk about something fun. I wanted to talk about cars, and more specifically, how I have a weird perception of cars. I'm not a big car guy, starting off. Like, I don't really care about the model. I don't really care if it's like $20,000 or $200, but what matters is the person inside of the car. And this could be very, very close in relation to the movie Cars, where the cars are alive and they have a personality. But I'd like to take that like a little step back from that. I think whoever's in the car perfectly, like their driving style will perfectly match up with their actual personality. I drive a pretty crappy minivan, and it's like one of those soccer mom vans that you always see. And while the car exterior doesn't reflect me, the way I drive it definitely does. I am pretty aggressive on the road. Not to say I break any laws, but it wouldn't be uncommon for me to go over the speed limit. Sometimes I've gone 80 in a 45, but that's for legality reasons. I haven't. Anyways, I think a pretty good instance of why I think a car's personality reflects on the driver. Anyways, there's this one time I was driving home at night, and I think this car in front of me is new to the neighborhood, and there's a lane in the, okay, let me build this out. Okay, so imagine each one of these columns was a lane that a car could be on, right? This lane was heading forward in this direction. That's an arrow. That's a very good arrow. And then this lane was going in this direction. And then this middle lane here was a turning lane, so you could turn into any street that you passed onto. And technically, you aren't allowed to be in this lane unless you turn like onto the opposite side. But because this person was new to the neighborhood, they were going like 20 miles under the limit just to not miss a stop, I believe. And they did a really courteous thing of going into this lane. I mean, it was pretty illegal for them, but they still, I don't know if it's really illegal, but they still went into this opposite lane for me. Super duper nice, and I could speed on home and go 80 in my 45. Anyways, I've realized that people have a lot of courtesy when you drive. If you wanted to like switch lanes and you just signal and stay like right in front of them, they'll like slow down for you. And it's like an 80% success rate. Maybe it's because of where I live, people are actually nice. But bless up to those drivers. The NeoTaalks genre isn't contained to this world though, I will say. So NeoTaalks could in the future be in form of a drawing time lapse or I just draw while I talk. But I'd like to keep the idea of me talking directly to a camera still alive, and that'll be apparent. Oh yeah, when I'm done mining this, let me show the rest of the base off. I'll give whoever comments hearts and a congrats if you guess what I'm going for, but I feel like that would be pretty hard considering it's just a giant wood block and it's kind of unimpressive right now, but that's okay. So up here is the house that Mubes built. This is all of his stuff. He's pretty poor. Down here is a 9x9x5 hole. I made my girlfriend dig this out. Pretty good worker. Pretty intelligent villagers from the first episode? I don't know. They are now over here. Look at them. Working hard and, I don't know. I can like hide them away. I don't know when the next episode will come out, but I gotta say, when I reach 100 subscribers, I'll do a Q&A about whatever you guys want, like what computer I have, what I use for my OBS, what Minecraft settings, what skins I like on Valorant. It doesn't have to be about Minecraft. I like Valorant too. I am still Ascendant, by the way, and before I say subscribe, I'm gonna start putting my Valorant clips at the end of these videos so I can clear them out. And who doesn't like meshing two games together?
I have 48.
One enemy remaining.
Good shit.
Okay. Subscribe.